Men of Reddit, what's the strangest boner you've ever had? When my wife and I got married, we got a bunch of money as wedding presents. We lived abroad and the wedding was in her home country, so people mostly gave cash rather than giving us gifts that we couldn't take with us. We got home after the wedding and counted all the cash, and I got a raging boner by the time we were done. Worth noting that the amount was more than we had in our name at that point. Look at all of that cold, hard cash. Airplane boners. Almost every time during takeoff, I have liftoff. Not sure if it's the sudden change in altitude or cabin pressure or what, but I pretty much expect it every time now. Almost every time during takeoff, I have liftoff. Why is that so funny? Cause it's a dick joke. Every single day in grade 9 gym like clockwork. Didn't help I was in basketball shorts. AHH, the good old days of the tuck maneuver. If it's long enough, there's a depressing thought. You only need like 3 inches for that mayo. Yeah, but you get to drive obnoxiously sized pickups. Obnoxiously sized. Lifted. Coal rolling. With truck nuts. I used to get an erection just before I got off the bus to school every day for almost a year when I was about 14. It would have been super embarrassing, but fortunately my erection isn't especially difficult to hide. Gotta take the wins with the losses. Maybe it's so big that he can belt it super easy, or pops out over the top of your Loretta jeans. Come on man, it was all the rage in 2000. I regularly go hiking with my wife. Every time we are at or near the top or a mountain or cliff, and I look over the edge I get hard. Altitude thickness, I'm crying laughing. Damn, me too. Anyone else get the crying wife/GF boner, or am I the only terrible person here? I get a boner anytime I'm in the vicinity of my wife. One time I hit my head hard, and I got the hardest bone ever. This head is ducked. Get the other one up and running boys. Your blood cells. Let's go. Smokes. My girlfriend wench's just finished crying. I don't know why, but I think it's the way her eyes look when they're wet. Had to explain multiple times it's not over her crying. My husband is the same way. We call them sympathy boners. Haha. I swear I get erections every time I'm comforting a partner of mine. It's always been that way, even for terrible, horrific things where they're crying and I'm crying. Just instant boner. Don't know why. Math class boners in high school. My buddy in 5th grade did the Gettysburg dress in front of the class. Gold jogging pants. Full boner. With a wet tip. Just the way old Abe did it. I was at a Christian music festival. A friend of mine at the time was sad because his girlfriend broke up with him. And the band that finished on the stage was the couple's favorite and played their favorite song. He started crying and hugged me. I was his shoulder to cry on. But then I felt myself chubbing up. Some guy's crying his eyes out on my shoulder, and I'm getting a boner. That was ducking weird. Classic case of morning wood. Will answer for my spouse, even though he might give a different answer. He went through a phase where he was really captivated by owls. We went to a bird park, unaware they had an entire indoor enclosure filled with different types of owls. It was dark and eerie inside, your eyes had to adjust, and the owls in different rooms sort of crept up on you. There were so many owls. Way more owls than he had dreamed of seeing that day. It probably took us half an hour to walk through. Needless to say, he was very moved. Your husband is a furry, or a feathery? Just a very powerful experience. Like meeting your heroes. Strangest was probably when I had an intense workout session and got ready to go to bed after a shower. I was so exhausted and seriously didn't feel like jerking one off. So there I was, just lying there with a raging boner trying to sleep. It's not the worst or more embarrassing experience, but it was certainly strange that my dick was just like, now is my time to shine. I ducking hate those go away erection and let me sleep. Me, a straight male, was turned on by my male friend yelling and swearing at me while hitting me with a ball. I still think about it sometimes. Into BDSM. This one actually isn't that strange. Sounds like a kink. In 7th standard we were reading reproduction in plants, and I got a boner. The teacher teaching was pretty hot, so that could be a reason. Don't lie, that pollen looks sexy AF, and you know it. Sniffing a plant's flowers and claiming that smells nice is literally just complimenting its genitals. Anytime a woman tells me she loves me or goes into some emotionally related tangent about her feelings for me, I get a massive hard on. Not my boner obviously, but I was doing first aid training in swimming lessons and had to practice the Heimlich on an unconscious victim with a partner in front of the whole class, which includes straddling the victim. As I was doing this demonstration, I realized I could feel my partner's fully erect penis rubbing on me. We were in bathing suits. I was mortified. I can't even imagine the horror this poor dude felt. Bathing suits increase boner chance by 400% in my experience. I've had to full on command my penis to de-escort more than a few times in a bathing suit. I think I was grade 1 or 2. Every time "Oh Canada" would happen in the morning, my dick wanted to stand at attention. Your penis is a patriot, I guess. This girl told me the specific reasons she loved me, which immediately gave me a boner. Heart boner, affection erection, heart on, the chub of love. At the dentist during a root canal, put some of that numbing stuff in your wang, and you can go to Pound Town for hours. You, sir, are a wordsmith. After being alone for years and barely having any human contact, I got a boner from a cat cuddling me and doing the kneading thing they do. It was completely involuntary reaction and I feel weird about it to this day. I'd recommend more human contact. It hurts like heck sometimes, but it's worth it. Every time I wear tight pants I get a boner. Could not explain the reason why. Maybe my own ass gets me excited. Probably the fabric softener. Church boners when I was in grade school. There were giant paintings on the ceiling with semi-nude cherubs and lots of women there in dresses and nylons. I still have a thing for nylons and dresses. Church and cherubs not anymore. Every day when I got a lift to school, there was a hill we had to drive over. Whenever we drove up the hill I got a boner. Every single time. It doesn't matter what time of day it was, what day it was, I would get that same boner. I still do to this day. Maybe your mind viewed the hill as a giant boob. I used to have a pretty hot haircutter and her trim clippers vibrating around my ears could do it. Luckily it was gone by time she pulled the drape off. I just had a hilarious mental image of a hairdresser whipping the cape off a dude, and there's just sat there with a huge boner protruding from his pants. I got a boner from being appreciated and respected. Weirdest feeling ever. Not the boner, the other thing. But the timing was very odd. Somewhat similar. I got a boner when I got a text from the girl I was dating, my current where she asked if we were officially a couple. There was nothing sexual about it, but it instantly produced a throbbing boner. 5 years ago, I got a boner during every Christmas exam. Every single one. Why are you doing Christmas exams? Are you an elf? I think I have a kink for exams. More specifically, they have a thing for me. They like to screw me very deep. Amy Santiago, is that you? Once me and my new girlfriend were sitting on the couch watching TV. I was not feeling very sexual or anything, just very relaxed. She had her leg over my leg, and I started playing with and touching her foot, with a sock on. Next thing I know I realize my dick is fully erect in a matter of seconds. That's the moment I learned I kinda like feet. When my ex told me she wasn't sure if she loved me and if she still wanted to be with me, I kinda cried a little bit and she hugged me and I got a boner. I really didn't want to, and it pissed me off. It's a common thing, man. Don't feel too hard on yourself. Been through the same thing and other dudes here have too. I went to the bathroom during class my sophomore year of high school and came back to find a car boot on my chair. It had been lying in the classroom for a week or so. Not sure why. Someone decided put it on my chair that day and I told my teacher. She proceeds to start yelling at me like I did it and what I know. Popped a boner. Thank God my desk was at the back of the classroom and I was sitting. Every now and then, when I'm taking a shit, if the turd is big enough and solid enough, I think it stimulates my prostate because it'll get hard while it's coming out. Welcome to being a guy. Your G-spot is up your ass. Happy cake day. Up his ass only? Do we have to share or how does this work? Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below.